Hello, Da Vinci. Welcome back. It's Tuesday, the 9th of February, 2021. Can I use my thought shower ideas to write a poem? So, what you're going to need is you're going to need your listening ears, your magnet eyes, your pencil or pen or paper, and you're going to need your thought shower ideas. Now, those were something that looked a little bit like this in yesterday's session where you had your adjectives, your verbs, your adverbs. That was something that you were asked to do. So in this lesson, we're going to use our thought shower ideas and we're going to write our own spine poem about space. So here's one that is an alien one. It says, alien, green alien standing, green alien standing and looking, green alien standing and looking at me. So we're going to build up our own poem gradually like the one above. So one line at a time. So here we go. This is what adjectives, verbs, and adverbs I came up with yesterday. So when I thought showered my ideas, I showed you a few examples of what you could have. Now I've got some different examples. So my examples of adjective, I've got a huge, and I'm talking about a rocket. Huge rocket, powerful rocket, cosmic rocket. Now the word cosmic is like outer space, intergalactic kind of cosmic, okay? And then enormous. Then I've got verbs. So what's the action? Well, it jets off. It zooms, it hurtles. Now, if a rocket hurtles, it means it's going so fast towards something. So if it hurtles towards Earth, it's moving really quickly towards Earth. And soar, that's like fly. And then I've got how the action is done. It's done quickly, or it's done swiftly, or it's done speedily. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen with you on what your next task is. So your next task is to, if I just share the screen now, here we go, right. Come on, Mr. Watkiss. There we go. Perfect. So I've got my camera set up here, and as you can see, I've drawn my box from yesterday where I've got my adjectives, my verb, my adverbs. And what you're going to do is, and I haven't written at the top what I'm talking about. So I'm talking about a rocket. There we go. And what you're going to do is you're going to start off by having your object's name. So mine's going to be rocket. I'm going to have rocket here. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have an adjective and my object. So I'm going to choose one of these adjectives. So I might choose the word huge. So my next line, I'm going to write, let's just double check you can see that. If I just shift my, there we go. Right, so then my next line is going to be huge rocket. Now, it would have been much better if I'd got that right in the middle, but I've offset it a little bit, so it's not as good looking. And I've also not done a small case of rub. So I'm going to rub that out, tiny rub out, and then I'm going to start again. So, rocket. There we go. So then what I'm going to do after that, I'm then going to have huge rocket, and then what's my huge rocket doing? So the verb. So it's my object, adjective, object, and then my next line is going to be adjective, object, verb. So I'm going to say again, huge rocket, copying the line from above, but then I'm going to choose a verb. So I might choose jets off. Jets off. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do rocket, adjective rocket, verb, adjective rocket, verb, adverb. Okay, so let's now try the next one. Starting on this line underneath, it's going to be huge rocket jets off. Then I'm going to choose one of my adverbs. Jets off speedily. I like that one. Speedily. Then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add the last bit. Now, You might not need to add this one for your example, but for my example, because my rocket is speeding off, it's going somewhere, I might need to tell them where it's going. So my next one is going to be huge rocket, checking you can see, huge rocket jets off speedily. And then where's it going? Well, to the, I'm not going to be able to fit it on, so I'm just going to drop it on the next line, to the moon. It looks a bit like, it's supposed to look a little bit like a pyramid. Now, you don't need to draw this. You do not need to draw this. I'm just showing you. It looks a little bit like the top of a rocket or a pyramid, okay? So I'm just going to rub it out because I just wanted to show you what the shape of it looks like, okay? Now, you might not need this last bit. And the example I've used is rocket, and a rocket goes somewhere. But if you had alien and you had enormous alien sings loudly, then you don't need to tell me where it's singing loudly, because it's not singing loudly. It's not going somewhere. It's doing something. Whereas my rocket is going somewhere. It jets off speedily. I need to finish that sentence, to the moon. So let me show you what your task and challenges are today. Okay, here we go. So you're looking at that screen. Perfect. So your challenge 1 today, you choose your object, or you can choose your own object, or you can choose the one below. So you've got a rocket. You've then got adjective rocket. You've then got adjective rocket verb. So that might be huge rocket. So rocket, huge rocket flies. That's what I'm asking you to do today. You need to choose an adjective and a verb. Now remember, that adjective is going to be the same adjective. You use it the same throughout, okay? Let's have a look at challenge 2 and 3. If you're challenge 1, just stay with me for this bit. I'll show you another example in a second. We've got rocket, enormous rocket. Enormous rocket zooms. Enormous rocket zooms quickly. Then I need to do another one because I'm telling you where it's going. So it might be enormous rocket zooms quickly to space, into space, okay? So if I show you one more example of what one might look like, we've got one about an astronaut here. So if I show you that one about an astronaut, here we go. Here we are. So we've got astronaut, brave astronaut walking, brave astronaut walking carefully, brave astronaut walking carefully on the moon. So because he's got an action of walking, where's he walking to? Well, I've said he's on the moon. Now, you might not need to add that, but it'd be really good if you could. It'd be really good if you could tell me where in your space poem that your character is. Now, for this one, I've chosen astronaut, but my one, I chose rocket. It needs to make sense. You can't have a rocket walking on the moon, can you? Because rockets don't walk. But an astronaut walks. So I've got an astronaut walking on the moon. I've even added a small picture there. Now, I hope that makes sense. I'm going to put back up the challenge slide so that you can see what your challenges are. So there's your challenge 2 and 3. If you want to pause the video, you can complete that. And there's your challenge 1 of what I'm asking you to do. Thank you very much, Da Vinci. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.